Good morning, everybody. This is your boy Eric from Eazy Computer Solutions, and this is Monday Morning Hangover. Soon as I start the live broadcast, my phone ring. Wow, that's what I'm talking about. Every Monday morning, this is how I do it. I got the live broadcast. Um, I get everybody in. We talk about a few things. We talk about sports scores. We talk about all the bells and whistles, what's going on. Um, Yep. So I just got the notification that I'm broadcasting live. So kind of give you a recap of what I do every Monday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time. I do what's called a Monday morning hangover. What I do is I do this live broadcast. It's hour long, and I talk about things that happened over the weekend, and just kind of go over some stuff. And I do have people ask questions and stuff like that, and um, people that ask questions, and I answer them pretty much. So, and not everybody can hear this. I mean, see this early in the morning like this. I mean, it's Monday morning. Everybody got to go to work and everything. So it's one of those things that you can listen to. This get uploaded to YouTube, and you're more than welcome to listen and comment on this at your leisure. Um, so right now in the background, which you can't see, is I'm setting everything up so I could see you guys' comments. If not, then I will, go from there. All right. So every Monday morning, I go get that hot, fresh cup of coffee, and I go from there. Having some technical difficulties, first time in a long time. Don't see what's going on there. That's okay. All right. So, as I have those technical difficulties, start up here. And other thing I want to do is I just want to get to my channel so I could see, because right now, unfortunately, my laptop is went on the fritz all of a sudden. And, you know, that's how it goes. All right, so this get uploaded to YouTube and, go from there. I wanted to say hello to everybody. If you are in the stream, I want to say hello again. So we're going to go through some stuff. Just today, we're going to talk about the holiday season and, get ready for Christmas and stuff like that. And a lot of people always ask the questions about gadgets. Is it what kind of phone to get? What kind of people ask what kind of phone to get and all that stuff like that. What's the best phones and all that? Well, we're gonna talk about that a little bit. A lot of people always want to know. It is the holiday season, so why not? All right. All right. Thank you for the thumbs up. I see you in the stream. And the background there, which you can't see, is I'm having a little technical difficulty. It's okay. All right. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to fix some of my technical difficulties that I'm having, unfortunately. It's always like that. When you're dealing with technology, you always have to be prepared for all kinds of technical difficulties. Definitely when you're dealing with technology. So, it is what it is. But we always can fix it. No big deal. No big deal. No big deal. We can always fix it, because it's crazy how we could, things happens with technology. We rely so much on technology, and all of a sudden it fails us sometimes. And it's without a doubt, it is what it is. All right, so I got that going, and I want to again welcome everybody to the live stream. This is Eric from Eazy Computer Solutions. I want to say what's up with you. As you could tell, you hear some stuff in the background. And the reason why you hear stuff in the background is because I'm having some technical difficulties and trying to get it up. All right, cool. So, yep. All right. So here's the thing. Usually on Mondays, I always talk about what happened over the weekend. Usually got some sports scores and all that good stuff here. And, got some sports scores and things of that nature. So for all my sports fans, let's go. All right, so let's talk about Thursday Night Football. We had the Lions and the Packers. And let's see. We had the Lions and the Packers. And the Packers won 27-23, beating the Lions. And look, so I always give my disclaimer here that it's my opinion, and I'm going to talk about who's in and who's out. So I said stick a fork in them, they done. That means that the teams are done for the year. All right. So the Packers did pretty good. They won 27-23, which is good. Good job, Packers. Aaron Rodgers. He does a good job. So, hey, it goes down. And I apologize, guys. When you're dealing with technology and I'm live, it's crazy because I'm live and I'm having technical difficulties. Not the computer guy. Yes, the computer guy is having technical difficulties. So when you do these live streams, you be thinking things gonna go smooth and everything. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. You try your best to get things to run smooth, but not everything runs smooth. It's just one of those things that you're trying to get things to run smooth, but unfortunately, things always don't run as smooth as you like. But that's okay. All right. So got the PC up and running. That's good. So, all right. So the Jets beat the Giants. All right. So I'm gonna say this right now, for y'all New York fans out there. I'm not sure if the Giants is the team right now. They're so unpredictable. I want to say stick a fork in the Giants. And the Jets beat the Giants 23-20. So stick a fork in the Giants, guys. They're done for the year. All right, so we got the Rams and the Cardinals. Of course, the Cardinals beat the Rams. Stick a fork in the Rams. They're done for the season. Got to watch out for the Cardinals. That's my sleeper. All right, and Atlanta Falcons, guys, lost again. Like 5 games back to back. The Atlanta Falcons lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which was a nail biter. It was a good game, and the Atlanta Falcons lost. So Tampa Bay has been winning almost for the last couple of games. So 23-19, go Tampa Bay. And the Seattle Seahawks, they are on the roll right now. Seattle Seahawks beat the Minnesota Vikings 38-7, which was a good game. All right, the Texans lost to the Bills yesterday, 30-21. And, so those two teams are good. I'm looking at the Texans like, wow, that's another sleeper team. But they're playing the Patriots this coming week. So that's going to be a pretty good game. All right, so the Miami Dolphins beat the Ravens. Look, listen, stick a fork in the Ravens. They're done for the season. And, pretty much stick a fork in the Miami Dolphins. They're done for the season. The Bengals, guys, 37-3 beating the Browns. Browns stick a fork in them. They are done. Also, the Bengals 37, they 10-2. Again, the Bengals could make something happen this year. Tennessee Titans beat the Jaguars. Both teams, you can stick a fork in them, but it's good to see Tennessee play very well against the Jaguars, 42-39. And the 49ers and the Bears, both teams, the 49ers beat the Bears. And both teams, in my opinion, you can stick a fork in them. 4-8, 5-7. The Bears, Jay Cutler, he's been on the road, but the 49ers came back and won the game. All right, Broncos. Broncos beat the Chargers. Stick a fork in the Chargers, guys. And 17-3. The Chargers is 3-9. Broncos is 10-2. That other new quarterback is doing a good job, the little rookie. So we've got to keep our eyes on that. All right, Kansas City Chiefs, guys, 34-20, beating the Raiders. Kind of stick a fork in the Raiders, guys. Raiders started off good this year, and for some strange reason, they started losing a lot of games. So there you go. All right, my New Orleans Saints got beat by the Panthers. Panthers are not still undefeated. All right, so y'all know I was gonna pause on that. Y'all know I was gonna talk about my New Orleans Saints. All right, so let's talk about my New Orleans Saints. All right, so it was so funny that the New Orleans Saints was winning. All right, the New Orleans Saints played very well, like they always do. They always do that every week. Every week, the New Orleans Saints come out. They play a pretty good first two quarters. All right. Then what happens? What happens to the New Orleans Saints? They always play the first two quarters, and all of a sudden they go downhill. But why is that? You know, we got a lot of issues going on with the New Orleans Saints. I mean, you let a team come back and beat you in your hometown. You know, and we always pretty much beat Carolina. I know Carolina is a good team, but man, you know, we got some serious issues going on down here in New Orleans. Our New Orleans Saints, we kind of playing for next year right now. So, you know, man, just I don't know. This New Orleans right now is just not a good team. Stick a fork in them. They are done for the season. All right, the Eagles, guys. The Eagles came beat the Patriots. Now that was a pretty good game. And you know, Tom Brady, he threw some bad interceptions and stuff like that. But look, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna give Tom Brady a pass because Tom Brady is working with a team that's, you know, all his stars right now is hurt. So yes, you know, I think Tom Brady will be all right. You know, the Eagles, you know, let's see what the Eagles does in the next couple of weeks. And Pittsburgh Steelers 45-10 on Sunday Night Football was a real good game. And, you know, I don't know, Colts, man, they looked it okay. And all of a sudden, they, you know, I don't know, they looked it bad that third, fourth quarter. They couldn't do anything. All right, so that is your sports scores for the weekend. And Monday Night Football, we have the Cowboys against the Redskins. And how about them Cowboys? And so probably the Redskins gonna beat the Cowboys, and there you have it. Stick a fork in the Cowboys. They are done. All right. So again, this going to get uploaded to YouTube. I know a lot of people can't see this here on Monday morning, but that's okay. That's cool. All right. So let's talk about the holiday season. And I want to, you know, if a lot of people asking me what's my top 5 phones for the holiday season? What's the top 5 phones of 2015? And I say this on my last podcast. And look, I want to say thank y'all very much for my last podcast. If you haven't heard my podcast, it should be up on YouTube. And I am going to start taking the audio files of my streams and put it on iTunes and the App Store. So that's coming. And I switched. I couldn't do my live broadcast on Friday, so I did it on Saturday. And I always do my live broadcast on Friday. So Saturday, I did my live broadcast. And I'm going to tell you, I really appreciate all the support that I got on my stream. I had the most people on my stream that I ever had. So I want to say thank y'all very much for the support. Thank y'all very much for coming on my stream. Watch that stream. That stream was very intense. I talked about Android. I talked about iOS. I talked about you know, my opinion about Android versus iOS, and I got very rant about it. I ranted very much about that. And another thing I want to talk about that. Look, I'm gonna start a series, and I got some up and coming videos coming this week, but I got, you know, I just compelled to do this. Look, I know I'm a small YouTube channel, and I want to do this, but at the same time, I want to try to get it out there that, you know, you buy these devices, you buy these phones, right? And OEMs, what I mean by OEMs is manufacturers like Samsung, LG, HTC, and all these other manufacturers, right? They come out and they tell you how good their devices are, and this, that, and they want you to buy these new devices. Then what happened after that, about 6 months to a year later, they stopped supporting that device. And so you always hear, oh, the latest and greatest and stuff like that. So people, they already have spent all their hard-earned money on these devices, right? And all of a sudden they get no support for it. Well, I want to try to change that. I'll start making some very, very intense videos about these devices and why they're not getting support. And so I'm going to talk about that in some of my up-and-coming videos. So bear with me on that. That's coming out. All right. So the holiday season. We got the holiday season. We got people say, okay, what kind of phone should I buy? All right. And I'm going to tell you my top 5. I haven't, look, I didn't make the video yet. I made a video, and it's like controversy. I'm going to put that video out hopefully this week. I already made the video out, and I didn't put it out, but I've been telling everybody my top 5 phones of 2015. And I'm going to recap that again, and because this might help you. And I made videos for every phone except one. And I'm trying to get a hold to that phone, but I've had some hands-on with it, and I really want to get that device so I can review it. And look, here's the thing about reviewing a device. Unlike other YouTube channels, when I get a device to review it, I do an extensive review. I do a real-world review of the device. I see people doing an unboxing and a review. How could you do an unboxing on a product and a review at the same time? You didn't spend no time with the device. You didn't figure out the bugs of the device. So I do just the opposite. I spend time with the device. So if I get a new device, I give you my 24-hour review. I give you my 3-day review. I give you my 1 month review. I give you my review after the 3 days, which I spent time with it, maybe a week or two. Then I do a 1 month recap, revisited review. Then after that, I come back after a year and I do a year review on that device. So what I do with a device, I do intensive, with the device to review the device. I just don't take a device for 1 or 2 days and then do a review. You can't review a device in 1 or 2 days. I believe you need to hold a device for a week or two, have that device as your daily driver, and then do a review on the device. And so I've done that. And, a lot of people, they appreciate that I spend time with the device. And I understand that people, sometimes they push to buy a device. So they kind of push to get the reviews out. But at the same time, before you go out and spend a lot of money on the device, before you go out and sign a 2-year contract, before you go out and get on the next program, and the AT&T program, the T-Mobile program, the Sprint program, the Verizon Wireless program, you want to know if the device that you're picking up is a legitimate device. Because all flashy on the surface, all those commercials don't mean jack if you don't watch some of real YouTube channels. I'm going to say that because they do have YouTube channels that give you bogus information. But you want to watch the real YouTube channels, mostly your smaller YouTube channels like myself. And well, you have TK, he's a pretty big YouTube channel. Flossie Carter's a pretty good big YouTube channel, and stuff like that. You want to watch these channels because they give you real reviews. And I'm not bashing a lot of tech reviews, to each his own. But when I see an unboxing and a review in the same video, I feel that that's kind of give you injustice. That if you're doing a first look, hands-on, that's something different. But if you do an unboxing and a review, I don't think you can review a device when you first take it out the box. You could give it impressions, so you could give an unboxing and impressions on the device, but I don't believe you could give a fair review on the device when you first get it. All right, so my top 5 devices for 2015, it goes as follows. Coming in at number 5, it's a Google Nexus 6P, the Nexus 6P, and I'm going to tell you why. anytime you have a Nexus device, that's gonna be on your top five. And the reason why is because it's stock Google, it's stock Android, it has pretty good hardware, it has really good software. I'm not too fond about the manufacturer. To me, that I stated before in this on my channel that I didn't like the design too well. All right, because I didn't like the two-tone design with the hump in the back with the camera. But the Nexus 6P has stock Android. So, in my opinion, when you're talking about a Nexus device, and a lot of people don't understand about Nexus phones, when you get a Nexus phone, to me, a Nexus device is by far the best device to get. Because it's like buying an iPhone. Every time there's an update, your Nexus phone will get it first. So that's why Nexus phones are very important, because Android right now has the latest and greatest operating system on the Nexus phone. So, the only issue with the Nexus P is that you just can't walk in the store and get it. Usually, your Nexus phones, you have to be ordered online through the Google Play Store or something like that. So that's the only issue that a lot of people have with Nexus phones, is that you can't walk into the store and buy them. You have to order them. And if you want to get your Nexus phone before the holiday season, you want to go ahead on and get that order in now. So that's my number five. It has good specs, a good camera, a good display. Everything is good about that device. Now I put it at number five. It's because two reasons. The design of the phone is kind of suspect. I'm not liking the design, and I put it at number five. It's because you can't walk into a retail store and buy it. So it takes the average consumer, a person that just wanted to go buy a phone, to walk in a T-Mobile store or AT&T store. You cannot buy a Nexus P. So that's one of the issues that I got. So that's why I put that at number five. All right, number four, I put the Galaxy Note 5. And the only reason why I put the Galaxy Note 5 in there is because, most of your Galaxy phones are pretty good. You could, if you're a college student or a business professional with the S Pen, you find yourself using this device. It has a good functionality. It has a good camera. It's very, very good phone. It feels real good in the hand with the curved back, the glass front, glass back. Now, the only reason why I put that at number four is because it does have, with all the software that's pounded on this device, it does run into some issues with lag, and that's the touch wedge lag, and it's this one of those things that, it don't matter which phone you buy, whether or not it's my number five, number four, number three, number two, number one. It's all good devices, but I put that at number four because of touch wedge lag and some of the issues with this device. But it's an overall good device. The screen is fantastic. The design is fantastic, and there you go. That's my number four. All right, so my number three is the LG V10. All right, and I'm putting this one at number three is the LG V10, and the reason why is because, without a doubt, even with the benchmark test scoring so low, even with everything that we find with the fingerprint scanner issues that could be fixed with software updates, this phone is definitely outstanding. Now, the design is a little suspect. The design with the rubbery back is built like a tank. And that's why I like that. I like that it's built like a tank, because you can rock this without a case, or you could put a case on it. I always, if you notice, I always get clear cases on all my devices. I got clear cases on all my devices because I like to show the beauty of all my devices. So you always notice that I always have clear cases. All right. But real world use, to me, this device is fantastic. You have a secondary screen at the top. You got your two selfie cameras. This phone has two cameras in the front. You got your 16 megapixel camera in the back, along with the fingerprint scanner. The camera on this device is very good. The screen quality on here, it's a natural looking screen. I like the way the screen looks here. To me, and I'm gonna say this screen to me looks better than the Note 5. I mean, I don't know. It's for some strange reason. If you put them both together, it's like both of them look natural. And I'm gonna do a dogfight between these two. All right. And I actually got that video coming. I have that video coming with these two phones. I'm comparing these two phones right now. So I got that video. Should be out by the date. I'm going to try to have that video out today because I finished the video. I just have to put it together, do some rendering, a little editing, and I'm going to put that video out. But for the most part, I'm liking this device. This device here I mean, it's kind of drawn on me. You have a secondary screen at the top. It's like a boss, right? And right now, the unique features, also the removable battery, the SD card, that puts this right in the top 5 category because you don't have a lot of phones that has those removable battery. And then look, listen, this phone has an IR blaster, so you can control your cable box and your TV and your audio system. So this phone here is very versatile. So I put this phone as my number 3. All right. And I don't. My number two, right now, is the iPhone 6s Plus. And I don't have the device right now, but that's my number 2. And the reason why I put that at number 2 is because, come on, man, this iOS iPhones does a really good job. Every iteration of iPhone is the best of the best. If you're an iPhone user, if you're rocking an iPhone 4, iPhone 5, iPhone 5S, yes. The iPhone 6 Plus S, and I say the Plus series, okay? I'm going to tell you the reason why I didn't say the 6S. I say the 6S Plus. And the 6S Plus, by all means, is one of the greatest devices of 2015. And the only reason why I didn't give that number 1 is because of the iOS. You know, it's still limited to no customization. And Apple, you know, has the 16 gig model, which I would tell you, do not buy the 16 gig model. Buy the 64, 128 gig model. And then I know that it comes down to price. But yes, I mean, you really can't go wrong with an iPhone. I mean, iPhone right now, it was guaranteed to get at least 3 to 4 years worth of updates and stuff like that. It will get iOS 10, iOS 11, whatever. All these iOSs that's going to come out in the next couple of years, the iPhone guaranteed to get it. Now, I didn't say the 6 S because the smaller device, to me, I don't like the battery life. On the 6S, I don't like the battery life. I mean, it's just like the iPhone 5, the iPhone 6, the iPhone 6S. I just don't understand why Apple don't like to put good battery life in those smaller devices. And it goes for the 6S. The 6S is a great device, but the battery life is bad. You know, the same thing with the Samsung Galaxy S6, the Samsung Galaxy S5. The battery life on those phones is terrible. But when you get to the 6 Plus series or the 6S Plus series, they put a real big battery life in it. So, you know, it's just one of those things that, you know, Apple, Samsung, LG, all these other different manufacturers ought to do something in 2016 to fix the battery issues. You know, we all demanded new batteries. Now, here's the thing. The iPhone 7 is rumored to be a much thinner device and all that stuff like that. Here's the problem with that. We're not asking for thinner devices. We asking for proficient devices, devices that give you better battery life, perform better and stuff like that. We're not asking for thin. We are, listen. By the time you put a case on it, it ain't as thin as it was. You know what I'm saying? So why our devices right now are very thin. If you go way back to 2008, 2007, I mean, those devices was thin too. I mean, yeah, they feel bulky. But man, we was okay with that. So not digging Apple trying to go into this thin. I mean, gee whiz, you know, how thin can you go? And my number 1 phone of 2015 is the Galaxy S6 Edge Plus. Okay, the Galaxy S6 Edge Plus, guys, is to me it wins over a lot of aspects. All right, the Galaxy S6 Edge Plus is my top phone of 2015. First of all, the design. To me, the design of that device is by far the beautiful design I ever saw. All right, that right there give you high marks. Second of all, it doesn't suffer from the Galaxy Note 5 lag. All right, it for some, even though it got the same software, it has the same internal specs. But if you look at my benchmark test, the Galaxy S6 Edge Plus beats the Galaxy Note 5 in every category. So for some strange reason, the Galaxy S6 Edge Plus is a little more optimized than the Galaxy Note 5. Maybe the touch width and the note functionality of the Galaxy Note 5 is slowing that device down. But when you come down to pure benchmark, pure power, the Galaxy S6 Edge Plus don't have any lag, don't have any battery issues. And now you listen, I understand we're missing the micro SD card, we're missing removable battery. All right, so let's get one thing out the way. The phone lasts a long time. I get about 4.5 to 5 hour screen on time on that device, which is great. So the battery is no issue. Second of all, I use a lot of cloud storage. So with a 32 gig Galaxy S6 Edge Plus, it's pretty good. I don't have any issues with storage with a 32 gig because I do Pandora, Spotify, and all my music is in the cloud. So I use, and all my documents in the cloud. I use OneDrive, I use Dropbox, and all the cloud services. So I don't have an issue with storage. So and the camera on the Galaxy S6 Edge Plus is by far A1 top notch 16 megapixel camera. The fingerprint scanner works very well. So overall, I'm loving that device. Now, some people may argue that the iPhone need to be number one. The iPhone, to me, no removable battery, no SD card. So if the iPhone is number two, then yes, I could put the Galaxy S6 Edge Plus as number one. Now, to me, that's just my opinion, and you call it how you see it. But the Galaxy S6 Edge Plus to me is the number one phone of 2015. All right, so that's my top 5 picks of 2015. All right, so let's talk about the just other alternatives. Other alternatives. Let's say, listen, you don't want to go out and spend $1,000 on a phone, but you do want a good, capable phone. Now, I've been reviewing the M8, all right, and the M8 with all the updates that have had over the year, the M8 is a very solid device. This is what I'm talking about. If you look at the my video of this device, you can tell. Look at the design of this device, man. Listen, first thing first. When you talk about a well-designed phone, you got your iPhones, you got your Galaxy S6 phones. You have a lot of different phones. And sometimes, yes, you pay for the premium price. But I am going to start doing budget phones. I looked at some of the blue phones, which is the $200 mid-tier phones. I'm going to stay away from the OnePlus One and the OnePlus Two phones. Now, the OnePlus One phone you could probably get, but the OnePlus Two phones, you have issues with that. You got your older Nexus phones, which is the Nexus 5, the Nexus 5X. That's the mid-tier, more of a $250 to $300 phones. All right, and they all unlocked. That means that you don't have no carrier branding on it, and you can get updates straight from Google. All right, so and also you're gonna start seeing some Windows phones. I feel bad that us tech reviewers, we abandon Windows. Windows is a pretty good ecosystem, so I am going to start reviewing Windows phone. Look, Windows 10 is out on these devices right now. And you very seldom see any tech reviewers that's doing anything with Windows. But here's the thing, Windows Phone is pretty good. And I've had the Nokia Lumia 1520, which was a 6-inch device running a Snapdragon 800 processor, 2 gigs of RAM, a damn good camera. So with Windows 10 on that device will be A1. And you could get that device for about $250. So, I'm going to definitely work on some mid-tier phones. And a lot of people, sometimes you say, oh, do I get the latest and greatest and stuff like that? It all depends on what you can afford, So you're going to start seeing that on this channel and go from there, And that's good because guess what? Everybody don't want high-end phones. They just want a phone that work. 16, right? Guess what happens in 2016? It all this here becomes irrelevant. All this becomes irrelevant because 2016, guys, you got the new flock of phones. You got all the keynote addresses coming out. Starting in January, we got a January keynote address coming out. Samsung is rumored to have the Galaxy S7 out early this year, next year. I'm sorry. Then you got LG gonna come out the LG G5. Then you gonna have HTC gonna come out with the HTC One M10. Then you gonna have everybody gonna get ready for the Apple event. So this year is done when you talk about smartphones. So it's a point where even if you buy a phone for Christmas, even if you buy the latest and greatest, even if you buy whatever, it's definitely the year's over. I got a comment. What's up, Eazy? What's happening with you? You slacking on my email replies. I thought you was gonna give me my business, be my business mentor. Hey, look, I actually saw your email. I got your phone number. And actually, I would give you a call a day, and we're gonna talk. I just been really busy right now. And definitely, I'm gonna give you a call, and we gonna talk. And look, I'm gonna send you an email with my phone number on there, and we could do some texting, and stuff like that, and go from there. Cause I'll be really really busy, but yeah, man. Look, man. It goes down, man. And I be on that Periscope. I seen you on Periscope, and man, trust me, man. I'm gonna get with you. We go talk. We gonna talk. We gonna talk. I'm gonna get with you. Definitely. Because I know it's difficult to start your own business and stuff like that. And definitely, I'm gonna give you some pointers, man. Look, I want everybody to be successful. I want everybody to be successful. That's why I use this platform to help out. To help as much as I can, and I'm gonna do my best. Uh, I see. All right. So the comment here is that will work, my brother. I had that crown last night for that Saints game. Look, man, let me tell you something. If you watched it earlier today, I talked about my Saints. Man, let me tell you something, man. I say that stick a fork in the Saints, cause ain't no way you gonna keep up with them with Carolina and almost beat Carolina, and you let Carolina in the last 2 minutes of the game come back and score a touchdown. That's unbelievable. Listen, and these days all you have to do is run out the clock. I don't care if you had a holding penalty. I don't care if you had anything. I mean, come on, Browner. He has to go. I'm sorry. Why are you even in the game? I mean, the guy is terrible. I mean, come on, man. I don't know. We have a guy on our team that's the worst of the. He's penalized every time. He sucks so bad that I don't understand why he even in the game. But yeah. Listen, I'm with you, man. I had that crown roll on deck. I was every time the Saints messed up. It terrified me, man. Hey, what's up, man? I see you in the stream. Lewis is in the stream. Hold up. Yep. I tell you, man. You know, I'm just like I'm struggling to see why the New Orleans Saints playing so bad right now. Yeah, I mean, it sucked. We play better than that. All right, so I see you in the stream. Look, I do this every Monday, and look, what I'm gonna do with my live streams is if you I'm setting up an account with Apple and Android, so I can take the audio file of these streams and put it on the App Store, so you guys could go back and listen. Look, If you was on my stream, I did it Saturday. I usually do my Friday night streams. If you was on my stream Saturday, oh, I tell you what, it was good. I'm really, really, I'm so thankful for you guys. I've had a lot of people on that stream Saturday. That was the most people I ever had on the stream. And I really appreciate that. I mean, everybody came through on the stream. So if everybody was on the stream, I had a lot of new people. I gained a lot of subscribers off of that stream. I even had my partners and my sponsors. They was all on the stream. And I really appreciate that. And I'm going to work hard. Look, I'm trying to take this channel to the next level. All right. I started this channel with one purpose. Purpose is to give you the best information, the realest information that I could give. Now, I've already gave out my top 5 smartphones of 2015. So that's it. Once this get uploaded to YouTube, you can always go back and listen to it. And I gave my reasons why I gave all 5 phones my top picks. Now, I do have a video coming out for my top 5. So stay tuned to that. Also this week, I got some accessories for the LG V10 that I'm doing videos for. And I'm doing I got my dog fight video that I got coming out for the Note 5 and the V10. So stay tuned to that. That video should be out today. I did a dog fight with these 2 devices. Who will win? Oh man, you got to watch that video. All right. And I'm also doing my revisited video with this device. All right. This is the HTC One M8, which is 2014 flagship. Right now, you could get this device for about $250. And to me, it's a pretty good phone. You got the 801 processor, 3 gigs of RAM. You got the 4 ultra pixel camera on the back. All right. So remember, last year this phone was $649. Right now, you could get this phone off your local Craigslist or eBay for about $250. And so watch my review. I got my second review, my year review coming out for this device. Also, I already made a video about this device. Check it out. I think that's going to be pretty cool. Now, I do get emails about the iPad Pro. A lot of people say, well, why do I need to review the iPad Pro? I already did my first look. I was at the store. It's a funny story. Watch my videos. I talked about this already about the iPad Pro. And I'm telling you, I am on the fence about this iPad Pro because you got 2 things with the iPad Pro. Listen, I got the iPad Air. I got the iPad Air 2, and I got the iPad 3. All right. But if you look at the iPad Air 2, and if you look at the iPad Pro, both of them are the same, basically the same. The iPad Pro got beefed up specs, but overall it's almost the same. You got 4 speakers, you know. But what can you do differently on the iPad Pro that you can't do with this? You got split screen, you got everything here. All the bells and whistles are here on the iPad Air 2. And it's much smaller. It's a much portable device. So this is why I got a hard time spending $1,000 on the iPad Pro. Because you got to remember, you're not getting a 32 gig iPad Pro. Let's be real. If you get the 32 gig iPad Pro, you'll be kicking yourself in the butt. Because this is not enough storage. So you got to get the 128. Guess what? The 128 costs you $929. That's $1,000. That's $1,000. Look, I'm telling you, I got issues with that. Then you got to get the Apple Pencil, which is $99, and then you got to get some type of keyboard. And you talk about $160, $200. So you talk about 10, 11, 12, $1,300, right? Almost close to $1,350 plus tax, you're into the $1,400 mark. For $1,400, you could get 2 Surface 3s. Matter of fact, 4, 8. Yeah, you could get 3 Surface 3s, all right? Not the Pro series. You could get the regular series. For $1,400, the Surface 3 is a full-fledged PC that costs $499, all right? So you talk about 5, 10, 15. $1,500 would get you 3 Surface for 1 iPad. I got issues with that. I just think the pricing is bad. If the iPad Pro was about $5.99, I could understand. I could say it. But you talk about $7.99. Come on, man. If it was $5.99, then we'll give it a go because that's okay. That's a pretty good price for an iPad. $5.99 because you could go $4.99 for the iPad Air 2, $5.99 for the iPad Pro. All right, I think that's pretty good pricing at that point. I understand the hardware. I understand they put all the speakers in. I understand that. I understand that. I understand all of that. And I look, the profit margin of Apple is what 70% profit margin on that device. But if they take a little more cut on that device, maybe go to maybe 20% profit or 30% profit, and drop it down to $5.99. Here's the thing. The problem is they'll keep it at that price is because everybody's buying it. Everybody's buying it. If nobody wouldn't be buying the iPad Pro, then Apple would probably go back to the drawing board and probably do some discounts with it. But as of right now, if you buy the cellular version of the iPad Pro at 128 gigs, you're spending over $1,000 just for that. And that's high, man. It's high, and I understand. Look, Apple's doing what they did with the Apple Watch. They're kind of catering to the high end market. Apple right now is not catering to the millennials, or they're not catering to the low budget people. They don't want us. They want the high end people. They don't look. Apple don't want us. They want the high end people that will spend $12,000 on the Apple Watch. Will spend $1,000 on the iPad. That's the type. They want the $1,000 crowd. And they don't want the cheapies like us that want stuff that for a couple of $100 and stuff like that. No. Apple wants the high end market, and so that's why they focus on the high end market. They always talk about affordability and stuff like that. Listen, the iPhone 6s Plus 64 gig version is $849. All right, or $949. That's pretty expensive for a phone. $949 is very expensive for a phone. So yes, I tell you, it is. They are catering to the high end market, and what that does is it puts a very, very big strain on T-Mobile, AT&T, Verizon, Sprint. It's because they're trying to get these phones in your hand, but they got to do all kinds of stuff like next program. You got to pay $30 a month, $45 a month for 2 years in order for you to get that device. And that's hard, man. That's hard because now you chain to this. You got to pay this every month. And I'm an advocate of buying stuff out. I always tell everybody, don't get everything unlocked. But it's hard. I mean, who got $1,000, especially Christmas time? You want to buy Susie and Joey his brand new phone, right? This. I just don't understand. Like, it's hard. I do have a question. Do you buy your phone devices outright? Yeah, I do. I'm gonna tell you why. It's because you got multiple devices like I do. I'm not just bound to one device. When you buy multiple devices, like reviewing devices like me, um, I would have at least 60 lines or 50 lines on my accounts. And no, I can't. I mean, look, I got Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile. I don't have Sprint, but and the Sprint is a different story. Okay, so, but yeah, man. I mean, I have to because, but I mean, I do other things to offset. Sometimes I might take a device and I might sell it. Like I had the Galaxy Note 4. I took a D-brand skin and I took the Galaxy Note 4, man, and I decked it out. I mean, I did a couple of videos about that, so check it on my channel. Well, I got somebody contacted me and they wanted, one of my subscribers contacted me and they really wanted that device. They liked the way it was decked out. They liked the way I customized it, and I sold it to them. So that's why that's sometimes I do that to kind of recover some of the funds. But man, I know it's hard. It's hard right now with the economy and stuff like that. I mean, you just can't go out and buy a phone, you know. But I started this channel so I could do reviews and unboxing and stuff, so I could give you an opportunity to know the real about a phone. Look, when I did a video about the Galaxy Note 5, or I do videos about our different devices, the Nexus 6, the Sony Z Ultra, and all these phones that I got. Look, I got the original Note here. Some of these phones are classics, so what I do is I keep them. I got the original Note. I got the original iPhone. All right. So these you got to remember. Remember when the iPhone first came out? You had to spend $700 for that phone, right? And I also got some other devices that I got here. Some of the more cheapies, man. You know, I keep some of these phones that to me they kind of like a classic. So yeah, to answer your question, I do. It's hard to because all right. So here's the thing, and I do have fan funding on my YouTube channel, and I really appreciate some of my fans, some of my YouTubers, viewers, drop me a few dollars in my fan funded. If you look at my channel up on the right hand side, you're gonna say support this channel. And so I do get people that support the channel, and I do have partners and sponsors that help support the channel. You can't do this alone. I'm gonna tell you, if you start a YouTube channel and you go do a tech review channel, all right, most people want to see the product. And so I have to try my best to get the product. And I'm gonna tell you, you don't make no profits, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you think that you're gonna make a lot of money on YouTube, just that listen, you won't make a lot of money on YouTube. You have to look at it as a stone bone hobby that you really gonna spend a lot of money. You're not gonna gain any money. You're gonna spend a lot of money. All right. Here we go. I got a look, and the reason why, look, let me tell you, I'll give y'all kind of disclaimer. When this video get uploaded to YouTube, all y'all guys' comments get erased, and that's something wrong with YouTube. So a lot of people ask me, I answer questions, but they didn't even know what the question was. So now what I do is I recite the question, then I answer the question. All right. So I got a question here. It said, remember, you get quality from Apple products. If you get a cheaper, it may show its age. Yes, I see your point. Cheap phones, cheaper phones. Yeah, look, here's the thing. You're right. You're right. Hey, look, I say this if you on my Saturday's rant. When I was on my Saturday rant, hey, look, go back and listen. Go into maybe about an hour into that podcast I did Saturday, and but look, for 30 minutes, I explained myself about why Apple is better than Android. I explained myself, and it's look. Here's the thing. Let's be real about it. iOS is Apple. It's don't is when it comes down to software, it's better than Android. You can't dispute that. And look, you can't call me an Apple fanboy. Everything I review on this channel is all Android, but I still give Apple props. And the reason why is because look, if you rocking a Galaxy, if you rocking a iPhone 5, an iPhone 5S, an iPhone 6, an iPhone 6S, that's 4 generations, right? All of them rocking iOS 9. That's new, latest and greatest software. All right, I got the HTC One M8 here, right? HTC One M8. Guess what? This phone only is rocking Lollipop 5.0.1, and this is last year's model. So the question always is, why this is not on Marshmallow? Why this is not rocking 5.1.1? Everybody know the issues with 5.0.1. It had problems. Lollipop 5.0.1 had issues. So why this device is not updated to 5.1.1? And you know why? It's because the OEM they don't support their devices. They don't support it. Look, if you rocking a Note 3, you might be still on Jelly Bean. That's what I'm saying. That's only two or three generations behind. But you watch the keynote address, you get on YouTube, you watch all these, they tell you these are the best phones there, but you buy them, right? And this, I say this, that I am going to start putting these OEMs on blast. I'm going to talk about Samsung. I'm going to talk about LG. I'm going to talk about ACC. Why they don't support their products. That's all I'm saying. You can walk in the Apple store with an iPhone 5S with a problem, and they will fix it for you right then and there, right? Well, you might have to set an appointment. This is why you pay a premium for an Apple device. Now, people might hate Apple. People might not like Apple. People might talk about Apple. But I promise you, I've walked in an Apple store with an iPhone 6, and I bought that from an AT&T store. And when I went into that Apple store, they swapped out my iPhone 6 with no problems, no issues. They just gave me a brand new phone. Bye-bye, have a good day. And not only that, they'll open it up for you, set it up, and make sure everything is working before you walk out of that store. Now, that's a great deal. Think about that. You might pay for it, but the support is outstanding. You can't dispute that. Some things you can't dispute. And you can't dispute, and watch my Saturday podcast or listen to it. I don't care. And I talk very in depth about iOS versus Android. And tell Android, get with these manufacturers, Samsung, LG, HTC, and all these other manufacturers, and tell them to get with the program that we will always have to. Think about this. The new operating system for Android right now is an operating system called Marshmallow. All right? Marshmallow. What devices right now is running Marshmallow? Now, Marshmallow been out for a couple of months. What devices right now is running Marshmallow? Nexus devices. That's it. These devices not even running Marshmallow. That's what I'm talking about. All right, got another question. If Samsung had all these update restrictions, does it mean that your product slows down after a few months? Well, it could be, because here's the thing. Everything in the App Store is going to probably have to be updated and enhanced for the new operating system. So if you're running older software, like before Jelly Bean going into, I don't know, Cupcake and all of those first couple of operating systems, that some of the devices that's running maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, right? Then yes, some of your apps won't work. You have app crashes. You have some apps that just won't work. And it ain't like you could call Samsung and ask them, hey, why are my apps are crashing? Could you update my device? They gonna give you the middle finger and go tell you to roll out. That's what I'm saying. It's not like, what the App Store, with iOS is a tight ecosystem that demands that every app works on every device. And guess what? That's a strong demand. That means that if you run an iOS 9, even if you got an iPhone 4, and I think iPhone 4s, I'm not sure whether or not they got iOS 9 because it's so far, but you still have apps that work on that device. That's all I'm saying, is that the difference between iOS and Android is that Android has good phones, good product, good designs, everything is great, good app store, but no support. Versus iOS has good product, good phones, a premium price, but it has support. So when iOS 10 come out, all them phones go get updated to iOS 10. And that's all I'm saying. And I talked about that. I really do talk about that stuff, because a lot of people scared to talk about it, or they get paid. They get paid out by Apple, or that's true. Listen, let's get this out. They have some YouTube channels that get paid by manufacturers to give favorable reviews. That's a fact. I learned that when I started this channel. I did not know that. I'd watch YouTube just like y'all. But I was like, all right, damn. You say that device is good, and all of a sudden you buy the device and it sucks. So what you do is you try to find a YouTube channel that gives you real reviews. Look, they talked about the LG V10 as the best device. They talked about the Note 5 as the best device of 2015. Guess what? I've made videos bashing this device. And people respect that. Because guess what? I got a lot of comments agreeing with me. They got a lot of comments say, damn, you're the only tech reviewer that I know that make a video that will bash a product. And then, like I say, look, here's the thing. Just like if you go on YouTube, you see an unboxing and a review. Well, how in the world you gonna have an unboxing and a review of a device? You haven't even worked with the device yet. I do this the opposite. I have a 1-day review, a 3-day review, then I give you my review after about a week or 2 or 2 weeks with that device. All right. And in between that review, I would do benchmark tests. I would do all kinds of, y'all saw that with the LG V10. I've done all them videos with the LG V10, right? Then after that, I give my 1-month review, then a 1-year review. But all in between that, I got benchmark tests, screen protectors, cases, and all that stuff I do. So when you see my videos with this device, you see that I give you the real world review of these devices. So when you go out there and you spend your money, you already know everything about this device. Before you go buy it, I will make sure that you know everything about this device. That's all I'm saying. All right, got another question. So what's the real point of having a Samsung device if you never get updates? I've told you before I want the Note 5, but the iPhone 6s software wise can last me for years, right? All right. That's a good point, man. I get that question all the time. Everybody wanted Note 5. Everybody, look, think about this. What happened with the Note 4. All right, the Note 4 was a good device. The Note 5 is a good device. Now, the Note 4, I believe, just got Lollipop 5. I think it's 5.0.1. It's been a long time. Now, somebody told me Saturday that they Note 5 had got Lollipop. All right, I got a problem with that. I got a problem. Wait. You mean to tell me that the Note 4 just not getting Lollipop, and we already on Marshmallow? So I can tell you that the Note 4 will never get Marshmallow. The Note 4 ain't gonna get it. If they just updated it to Lollipop, then it'll never get Marshmallow. The Note 5 will get Marshmallow. All right, the Note 5 will get Marshmallow. But what happens when the next iteration of Android comes out? The Note 5 may not get that. The HTC One M8, that's what I was talking about earlier. The HTC One M8 2014 flagship just got Lollipop 5.0.1. It did not get 5.1.1, but the good thing about it, HTC sent out a memo saying that this device will get Marshmallow. That's a good thing. So once this device get Marshmallow, that's only a 2-year update. All right, this device will get Marshmallow because this device just came out about 2 months ago. So this device will get Marshmallow. All right, so but overall, we're gonna have the same conversation come next year. All right, I'm gonna tell you what this conversation we're gonna have the same conversation next year about updates. And I agree. Here's the thing. If in my opinion, if you weren't about updates, you gotta do 2 things. You gotta go iPhone or you gotta go Nexus. That's it. That's your only recourse. In my opinion, if you want to get the latest and greatest updates, if you want to get the best for the next 3 to 4 years, if you want to get all your updates, then you got to go Nexus. If you want to guarantee updates with iPhone, go iOS. iPhone 6s Plus, go 6s Plus. I would go 6s. 6s battery life is terrible. So I will go 6s Plus and I will go Nexus. That unless you could deal with now Samsung. Now look, here's the thing. If you plan on getting the Note 5 and you say maybe about going into 2017, you go switch your device out because you got to remember you get the Note 5 in December. All right. Now you got September, which you're gonna have the Note 6. All right. Now I would tell you the Note 5 is a great device. I put it into my top 5. But the Note 4, look, here's the thing. If you go right now, the Note 4, you get a Note 4 right now for about $250. Cheap, very cheap, cheap. You're going to pay about $800 for this phone. All right. If you're going to, what's the difference between this phone and the Note 4? Well, obviously, both of them is on Lollipop. So both of them got the same operating system on it. All right. Both of them got the S Pen. Both of them got the same software. But of course, this got better software. I mean, it has some better software on this device, yes. But the Note features are all the same. So look, look, I got a video on my channel. I did a D-brand scan on the Galaxy Note 4, right? I promise you, if you look at that video, you probably will go Galaxy Note 4. If you go buy a phone straight up, look, if you want to buy a phone straight up, go Galaxy Note 4, $250. That's cheap, right? Go Galaxy Note 5, yes, that's Galaxy Note 5, latest and greatest, but you go be on the contract unless you go buy it out. Look, listen, I don't know your pockets. Me, buy it out. Or take the phone that you have, sell it, put money in it to get this device. Yes, I do. I always say get the latest and greatest. Yes, the Galaxy Note 5 is great. It got all the RAM, everything. But the Galaxy Note 5 is a good phone. And, but iOS is good too. It's hard to, that's why I give you this, like, what I think. I can't, it's hard for me to tell anybody to go either way. Definitely not the Galaxy Note 3. Galaxy Note 3 is, they done. All right, so this is good. Can you root the Note 5 to get updates? And what's the difference between rooting and jailbreaking? I've jailbreaking iPhones a couple of times. All right, so here's the thing. The difference between, first of all, it's very difficult. I ain't gonna say it's difficult. It's okay to root. Samsung has what's called Knox. It's a security that's embedded inside of all your Note and all your Galaxy phones. It's very difficult to root a Galaxy phone, but they do have rooting on XDA developers. Now, here's the thing. If you root the Galaxy Note 5, you won't get no updates because you've tricked Knox. Once you trick Knox, then Samsung won't send you OTA update for the Galaxy Note 5. Now, once you root the Galaxy Note 5 and you trip Knox, you would have to probably continue to go on XDA and to get updates for the Note 5. So you would have to probably go get Marshmallow, the new operating system. You got to keep flashing rhymes. All right. Now, here's the thing about rooting. You can always unroot, but I think once you trick Knox, I think you're done. And it's a software. It's kind of hard to get Knox back where it needs to be. But jailbreaking the iPhone, you could jailbreak an iPhone. But here's the thing. Same thing. If you jailbreak your iPhone, and once you plug your iPhone up to your computer and go into iTunes, it's going to detect that it's jailbroken, and you're going to have problems get updates. So you got to be careful that you don't brick your phone. You got to kind of know what you're doing. Look, I was going to do a lot of rooting and jailbreaking on this channel, but I decided not to do that. And the reason why is because sometimes it's dangerous. I don't want to be responsible for putting a video about rooting a phone and putting a custom ROM on a phone, and then other people do it, and then they phone bricks. When they say bricks, that means it does a boot loop and it don't want to boot anymore. Because for some strange reason, somebody go always miss a step. If you miss a step when you flashing a ROM, it will brick your device. Once you brick it, sometimes it's a paperweight. It's always things to go back. But if you don't back up your device when you're rooting, and you don't back up your original operating system, sometimes you lose it. And sometimes if you go to the manufacturer's website to try to get that operating system, they may not have it available. So it's very tricky. And tech guys like myself, we always root phones and we always changing ROMs. But I would take like an older device to do that. I don't know if I'll do that with a newer device. A lot of people do that. I would just take a launcher, just put a launcher on top of it. Like I got Nova launcher on all my devices. That's why they look the same. I can't stand TouchWiz, so I put a Nova launcher on it. I hate LG Skin, so I put a Nova launcher on it. You can always put your launchers on top of your devices and make them the way you want to without rooting. Yeah, I think rooting is going away. I don't think people rooting devices like they used to. Jailbreaking, they got I think one or two YouTube channels right now that talk about jailbreaking. I think that's going away too. If you want to make your iPhone look like an Android device by rooting and by jailbreaking, just buy an Android device. You run into a lot of problems. Like, think about it. If you root this phone and change the ROM, you go lose Samsung Pay, you go lose Apple Pay. I mean, not Apple Pay. You go lose all that pay, all that stuff. Cause look, I use the Samsung Pay. All right, and I go up to a terminal and I got my credit card in there. I use my fingerprint scan and boom, I can pay for a purchase. But you lose that when you're rooting, because once you trick Knox, you done. Same thing with jailbreaking an iPhone. Once you jailbreak an iPhone, then your Apple Pay goes away, and you can't use Apple Pay. And I'm telling, that's great software. I like Apple Pay. I like Samsung Pay because I don't like to. Just think about it. You leave your credit cards at home. You leave all your cash at home, right? Only thing you got is your driver's license. Well, right now, you could go to any terminal and use your Samsung device and put it up to it, and it will work as a credit card. So I think that's a neat feature. Or you could go to McDonald's, Burger King. You go to anywhere and use Apple Pay. So that's good. All right, I got another question. Back in the day, rooting was necessary, but nowadays the software is getting up to par. Yeah, look, you're right. The software right now is great. It's no need for rooting. They're putting enough power in these devices that you don't need to root. Right, you don't need to change the ROMs. That's why if you go on xdadevelopers.com, you don't see a lot of people in it no more, like they used to be. Like the older devices, like 2 years ago. Yeah, you had to do it. But nowadays, you don't have to do that. All right, got another question. What the hell is TouchWiz and launchers? This sounds like foreign language to me, to Apple guy. All right, cool. Okay, so TouchWiz is... All right, every manufacturer does what we call, they put an overlay on stock Android. That's why we talk about Nexus devices. They put an overlay. Now, this is called TouchWiz on top of Android. That's Samsung custom software that's on top of Android. All right, LG put its custom software on top of Android. It's called LG something. I'm not sure. All right. So what I mean by launchers, right here, what you see right here is called a Nova launcher. All right. I'm gonna give you an example of what I mean by that. I'm gonna go to my settings, and let's see. I'm gonna go to my settings, and I'm gonna go to, if I can find it. All right, let's see. Go to my settings, and I want to look for this. I want to show you something here. Applications, lock screen security. Let's see, lock screen security. I can't find it. For some strange reason, it's supposed to be home screen. All right, display. No, I can't find it. All right, so what it is it's a launcher on top of Android, and I can't find it. All right, that's cool. Let me see if I can find it on my LG. All right, I want to give you an example. Give an example here. All right, I'm trying to see what I can find here. Lock screen, home screen. All right, so if I go to my home screen, I have select home, Nova launcher. All right, so if I click on home, this is gonna, and look, let me show you before I go do it. You see how I look? All my devices look the same, but I'm gonna change it to the regular stock. All right. All right. So now this is stock. All right. So if you look at it, it look different. All boxy and stuff. I don't like that. And see how it look. It looks different. All right. So if you look at this, this is why I don't like the launcher. All right. Yeah. See how boxy that look? That's ugly. That's ugly. So that's why I don't use LG stock. See how boxy that look and compared to that and compared to that. See how that look pretty and that look boxy. Well, this is LG skin on top of Android, and I don't like that. It sucks. It sucks really bad. So what I do is I put Nova Launcher on top to fix this. All right. So let's see if I go back. See, it's ugly. That is ugly. Yeah, that's ugly. So what I'm taking, we'll go back and see if I go back to my settings. I'll go back, see how everything is different. Everything is different now. All right, so yeah, everything is different. Let's go back to my home screen. Let me go back to my Nova Launcher and boom. All right, so there you go. But unfortunately, my screen looks bad. So what I have to do is I have to reboot the device. Because if you look at my wallpaper looks bad. All right. All right. So let's go back to here. All right. Can you unapply that launcher and then reapply it so you can see it differently? Yes, that's what I was doing. It would be nice. It would be a nice video to do explaining what are launchers and skins. Well, I could do that. I could do that. Thank you for that. I will do that. 3 favorite launchers, and do you download the launchers from the App Store? Yes. All right, so my 3 favorite launchers, I actually don't have 3 favorite launchers. I just got 2 favorite launchers, and that's going to be the Google Play launcher, which is stock. All right. Yeah, so then my second launcher is going to be Nova Launcher. All right, so there you go. It's not my my wallpaper is fixed. All right. So so I just got two favorite launchers, and that's going to be Nova Launcher and the Google Stock Launcher. Now, Google Stock Launcher will make it look like a Nexus device, and that's a pretty good launcher. And yes, you can download these from the App Store. And you know what? I'm gonna make a video about that, about launchers and rooting and all that stuff. Thank you very much. I will make a video about that, and so you could go back and you could see that. I appreciate that. So, what what kind of phones do y'all guys have? I know I'm kind of over here. I usually do this in the hour, but what kind of phones do you guys have? I'm quite sure you got an iPhone, and what kind of phones are y'all rocking right now? Let me know in the comments. I thank you because I want to understand this. Thank you. No problem. Look, I'm gonna make some videos about that, and I'm gonna put that on my agenda. Let me know what kind of phones you rocking, and I can give you some inside information about that phone. Galaxy Note 5. Hey, look, let me show you something about my Galaxy Note 5. Look, I'm gonna take the case off here a second. The Galaxy Note 5. Look at I got a D brand skin on it, and I always put D brand skins all my devices in there. I mean, it's a pretty good device, man. I love the Note 5. I know Note 5. If you saw my Note 5 rant, and I do have Note 5 major fail videos, but that all could be fixed with software updates, you know. But yeah, Note 5 is a great device. All right, so you rocking the iPhone 6s and my paid in full beeper. Look, So you got the iPhone 6S, or you got the 6S Plus? Let me know what you got, the 6S or 6S Plus. Because if you got the 6S Plus, you good. The 6S, are you running into battery issues with your 6S? Because I know what the 6S Plus, the 6S Plus is a damn good device, man. The iPhone 6S Plus is far. Look, here's the thing. It's so funny. A lot of people always ask me this. I got my iPhone. It's too. All right, cool. I took my iPhone. I got the iPhone 6 still. I put them back in a box. If I take them out of rotation, I put them back in the box. Yeah. So all my devices, if I don't use them, I put them back in the box. So I got the iPhone 6 Plus and the iPhone 6S Plus is in the box. I'm gonna start making videos about that. I'm gonna start making videos. I'm gonna start reboxing, like how you see unboxing. I'm gonna start doing reboxing of my devices because I put them back in the box. Look, I got my iPad 3. iPad 3 is in the box. What else? I got, let's see. I got my HTC HD2 Classic. I put that in the box. So I put all my devices back in the box. You know, because if I don't put them, if I take them out of rotation, then I put them in a box. All right, I'm getting hours of screen on time, but that's average use. I am a heavy texter and a YouTube watcher. Yeah, yeah, okay. Well, iOS 9 has fixed some of the issues with battery with the iPhone 6S. So I'm glad you get the hours of screen on time. When I did my testing with the iPhone 6S, I was getting very poor battery life. And when I had the iPhone 6S, I mean the 6, not the S, not the 6 Plus, but the regular 6, I was getting bad battery life. I was getting bad battery life on the iPhone 5, iPhone 5S, and iPhone 4. I was getting bad battery life on it. So yeah, it's if you're a heavy user like me, yeah, you get bad battery life. Your phone won't last. And I think they're gonna fix that in 2016. They'll come out with phones with a lot of battery, and I think their focus is gonna be battery life for 2016 because we are crying for better battery life. Absolutely crying for better battery life. All right, guys. I usually try to keep this one an hour. I know I went over an hour. Because the reason why I try to keep this about an hour, so you can always go back and watch this, revisit this. I'm also hopes for the Note 6. Yep, the Note 6. Note 6 gonna be good. I'm working today on some videos. I got some videos coming out today. My comparison between these two devices. Also, I got a lot of videos coming out. I am doing all kinds of stuff. So I got videos coming out today about some stuff. And since you put it on my mind about launchers and stuff, I'm going to make a short video about launchers for Android. So stay tuned to that. I will get that out this week. And also, you know how it is. I will be back Friday with my live stream come Friday. And we going to do what it do. All right, guys. So I really appreciate y'all coming through. And again, every Monday. Okay. All right. I see you. See you. Shoot your email. All right, cool. All right. And so, I really appreciate y'all coming through. This is Eric from Eazy Computer Solutions. Man, I want y'all to stay blessed. Peace. Thank y'all.